In this section, we're going to take a look at how we can predict the charge of ions by looking at the periodic table. To begin with, we should have already worked on worksheet 1, and in worksheet 1, we looked at a couple particular compounds, and if you look at the ratio that elements combine with each other in order to make compounds, you can find a pattern. And the pattern is going to help you figure out, just by looking at what group an element it is in, you can tell what type of ion it's going to form. So, for example, if you look at group 1A and group 7A, you'll find that they react in a 1-to-1 ratio. So the example I use for that is salt, sodium chloride. That's something we're super familiar with. But any two elements in those two groups always combine in a 1-to-1 ratio. In group 2A and 7A, we found a 1-to-2 ratio. So the example for that is magnesium chloride. So for every one magnesium, there has to be 2 chlorines there in order to have a balanced compound. 3A and 7A react in a 1-to-3 ratio. So aluminum, there has to be one of those for every 3 chlorines. 2A and 6A, those react in a 1-to-1 ratio. And if we look at 3A and 6A, we find a 2-to-3 ratio. So for any elements in those groups, you can predict the ratio that those elements are going to combine in. So we're going to take a look at the periodic table then and see how that jives with the charges on the periodic table. So for group 1A, so that's our first group here, you can find that anything in that group is going to form a +1 ion. And here's a few examples of different